Hey, it really helps if you actually connect your mic. Also, let me get the music up going. Up, there we go. Let me lower that a bit. There we go. Sorry, I've been fiddling with some stuff behind the scenes on OBS and it's been going. It's been going. It's been a little funky. But hopefully everything sounds good. It's not too loud. Let me know how it sounds, okay? But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hi, everybody. My name's Flax Bailey. Stream only works on audio only. Volume's all right? All right, good to know. My name is Flax Bailey. I am your amicable animated scarecrow. And today, we're going to be doing a little bit of art. I did a little poll. I was a little wishy-washy. I knew I wanted to stream this week if I could, but I didn't know what I wanted to stream, really. So did a little poll, and folks said that they wanted to see some art. So let's do some art. Also, my headphones, I don't know if folks saw me talking about this on Twitter, but my headphones died really, really suddenly the other day, and it it threw me for a loop because these were headphones I literally had for about, oh my gosh, for about 6 years now. 5-6 years, because I got them like during COVID, during the pandemic, during lockdown, and they were like my first time really investing in good headphones, and I now had to switch to like a cheaper and noticeably different sounding model, and it made me really sad. It made me really, really sad. Could be worse. I got a headset for VC only for it not to work. No, that's horrible. No. Oh my god, dude. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That really sucks. Was it like it just wouldn't connect to Discord, or was it just man, though, that's a real bummer though. But yeah, the headphones that I was using before were a recommendation from a friend of mine, who is a lot more into audio stuff than I am. I have very, very bad sense. I feel like my hearing is truly terrible in a lot of ways. Just from like bleh, audio only. Blue Yeti has been robotic sounding. Oh no, that's not good. Ugh. But yeah, I've never been the best when it comes to like audio stuff. Like I'm not hard of hearing to say or anything like that, but there are things that like I just can't hear in terms of like I can't hear differences in sounds sometimes. Like if somebody's like, oh yeah, this is a more bassy sound versus a more tinny sound, I have to really, really, really strain in order to hear what they're talking about. And even then I'm like, oh, I can kind of hear that, but otherwise it's, I don't know. But in any case, so today I wanted to do a little bit of art. I'm still not exactly sure what I wanted to draw. I knew I wanted to draw my Oshis, just because, you know, drawing them makes me happy, and I said I wanted to draw them more and just do more art. So, but I still don't know exactly exactly how I want to draw. So I'm like I'm a little stumped. To say I was not prepared for an art stream is putting it mildly. Not that I hate art. I've just been doing so many things that are not art lately that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Hold on a second. Let me adjust something really quick. On OBS. Cause I want to be able to just. Ooh. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Alrighty. So it looks like, yeah. All right. I think we're good. Okay. So, I don't know if I've ever talked about my Oshis here. But my two the two like people I would consider my Oshis in terms of like how they motivate me and how I really look up to them in terms of content, are both from Hollow Stars. Hollow Stars in general is kind of what got me into VTubing and that sort of sphere to begin with. Yeah, my two Oshis are Josuiji Shinri and Banzoin Haka from Hollow Stars. I really do look up to them in terms of their content, in terms of like how they do things, not just like what they do, but like how they do them specifically and how they approach content creation and all that stuff. And I've been wanting to draw them in general, but I still don't know. Part of me feels like, oh, I'm not good enough to draw them. And I know that's a stupid mindset to have. I know it's not helpful. Vanguard debut was how many years ago? Oh my god. Is it 3 years? I only got into them like a month or 3 after they debuted. I remember it was right before I had a health thing go on. Right before I had a health thing happen. Not a bad health thing, just something I needed to take care of. I think it was right before then, like a month or 2 before then. I don't know. Time is soup. Time is soup. It's just a weird soup. I don't know anymore. Make art because you want to. Yeah, and that's the mindset I've been trying to like push myself to really get into. Like, this is actually something that happened just earlier. Hold on. Let me put lines on a page so I don't look like I'm a liar here. So I don't want to make a really detailed, like, if that makes sense. I want to do something kind of light and loose. Let me see. I want to do something like light and loose and simple, but I don't know what to draw. Maybe just I was thinking of doing like little chibis of them with their mascots. I think that would be something cute. So hold on. Get heads here. Just kind of like plan out my space. Let me start with Shinri, because he's the one I know the design of the best. I want to do something kind of cutesy where like he's cuddling Puniko like right here. I think I think what folks will notice about my art very quickly is that I play things very, very loose when it comes to planning things out with my art and just kind of go from there. Pandemic VTuber baby started with Myth. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I think I knew vaguely of VTubers before the pandemic, but it wasn't really until like until after, you know, lockdown kind of lifted for the most part that I started getting into VTubers. But even then I was mostly still into Critical Role at that point. I was still watching I think that was when Campaign 2 was still going on. Time, think, brain, think. No, cause then, no, Campaign 2 I think was finishing up, and Campaign 3 had started, but I didn't get into Campaign 3 as much, and oh, that's what it was. Okay. TTRPG nerd before, yeah, hardcore I was very, very much into Critical Role before becoming VTuber. That I would consider my first real fandom for the most part. Let's do a cute little pose where he's just like little feeties. There we go. Hold the fish like burger. Hold like burger. It's a little small, so yeah, I was really into TTRPGs for the longest time. Because it was only D&D or other systems. So it started off with just D&D. And then it kind of grew into me liking a lot of other systems. I ended up DMing for a bunch of my friends at one point. I've done a few systems, or I've mostly just done D&D, but I did play a really, really fun, actually, no, I've played a couple of different systems now at this point. Let's see, I played Dungeons and Dragons, of course, and I DM'd Dungeons and Dragons, but I've also DM'd a game called Honey Heist. If you don't know what Honey Heist is, it's a really, really fun and simple RPG that it's as the name implies, you are heisting for honey, and you are playing a bunch of bears heisting for honey. And it is really simple. You have 2 stats, and 2 stats only. You have your bear stat, and you have your criminal stat. And as you one page TTRPGs, they're so great. But the main thing is, like, you're a bunch of bears in hats trying to trying to get honey, and it's so silly. It's like, the sillier you play that game, the better. My favorite joke I did in that entire campaign was one of the bears had a criminal network, and convinced one of them to do, like, hold on, what was it? I've been trying to convince the Dinka Bear, who I'm mod for, to play Honey Heist. Yes! Oh my god, you gotta. It's so freaking fun. It's just a lot of fun. Let's see. Sorry, I'm locking in a little bit because I wanna actually get some bones down for this drawing. Okay. Oh, goblin with the fat ass. I have never heard of that game. I have never heard of that game. What? I'm sorry. What? A 1 page. Oh my god. You've convinced me to play that just by name alone. You're a goblin with a fat ass. Well, I hope so. Otherwise, it's false marketing. Otherwise, that's just plain old false marketing. Okay, hold on. What's the expression I want to do here? Well, there we go. Just really simple. Suggested to Ruse in Super Chat before. That's amazing. Honestly, I really like when people make really silly systems like that, because it kind of lowers the bar of entry, I think, in a good way for people new to TTRPGs. Because everybody, I will say, as much as I love Critical Role, I do realize that because of Critical Role, people think that the bar to entry in a lot of in these sorts of, like, things is, like, much higher than it actually is. Which is, I don't know if it's Critical Role's fault, because more so than the fans putting pressure on Critical Role necessarily. Yeah, people forget that they're voice actors. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, it has to be this really, really serious thing, and I'm like, no, it don't. It really, really don't. So it's why I'm really glad that more silly RPG systems are coming out, for, like, those sorts of things. All right, let me Puniko's tail. I know this looks really, really messy, but it'll come together hopefully. Don't need any pros. Some people only care for D&D. Yeah, there is, like, another mindset of, like, well, if it isn't D&D, it's not really a role-playing game. And I'm just like, you know, get a life. Learn to like other things. The world is vast and mysterious, and if you limit yourself to just 1 or 2 things, you're gonna be very, very sad in the future. Or now. You're gonna be very, very sad. So, all right, hold on. All right, does this pose make sort of sense? Refuses to try new things. I've never understood that mindset, because let me tell you, as somebody who like used to be, I'll be honest, I used to be very, very picky with my foods. I used to not like a lot of things, and to this day, I'm still working on a lot of that. But what ended up making me want to change was the fact that I realized, hey, there's a lot of really good stuff I'm missing out on. Give me 1 second, actually. Hold on. I don't know if this is actually going to show up on stream, so let me quickly hide my art thing real quick. What? I need to pull up a ref and Scarecrow Shanry. That would be cute. That would be cute. But I kind of want to draw him just plain right now. Just because, like I said, it's been a while since I drew anything. So, I'm not I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've been honestly pretty busy in my day-to-day. Got a lot of responsibilities and stuff I've been trying to take care of. A lot of things that are like it's not a bad busy, if that makes sense. It's more of how do I put this? It's a lot of work that needs to get done, but it's I don't know. It's a lot of work that needs to get done, but it's a lot of work at the end of the day. Time is limited. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to pull up a reference because I'm realizing I don't remember his main outfit from memory. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Open image, a new tab. Okay, that'll help. And while I'm at it, let me pull up Haka's reference, because motherfucker has like a million things on his outfit that I always forget every single time I go to draw him. Yeah, like there's just so little time to do anything that I'm just like I've never wanted like superpowers necessarily, but man, the idea of like being able to just pause time a little bit, just a little bit would be great. Yeah, let's go with his main outfit. I really like Haka's main outfit. I know folks have their like favorite outfit of the like he's got a lot of really, really amazing outfits. He has every single one is a banger. But for me, I really, really adore his like quote unquote like default outfit. Give me 1 second. I really like all the detail. Like it's a lot of details, don't get me wrong, and I fucking hate how many details there is. But I really do love I am a sucker for like Japanese styled outfits in that sense. Let's see. Shinri said he'd choose teleportation as a superpower. That's another good one, but I always worry about like if you teleport and then accidentally phase into an object that is there. Like, what do? Are you just like, are you stuck half phased into the object? Because that feels terrible. That feels like a really, really unfortunate fate to befall you. If you die, you die. Exactly. It's not a great power because you have to worry about physics. And unfortunately, there are very few powers that you don't have to worry about physics with. If you do it properly, you save time. Yeah, but it's not like there's schools for learning how to teleport is my problem, is that you kind of have to learn on the job. And I don't think there's like because it's not like video game logic to where if object cannot enter space, object will not enter space. Yeah, you know what? I'll get Haka's going later. Let me put the art back up real quick. Let me pull the art back up. Like, okay. In video game logic, if a space is already occupied by an object, logic dictates that you cannot put other object in space, right? Or at least in most video games, that's the case. Yeah, that'll work for little hair pieces. Yeah, there we go. Shinri's pants always give me trouble. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's because we don't see his pants a lot, but his pants always like throw me for a loop because they're a lot like. Okay, I'm gonna say it. They're very like modern in terms of their design, and in a way they remind me a lot of like breakdancers' pants, which I guess is fitting because he said he used to actually breakdance, or at least he used to dance in some capacity. But I always forget like the little details. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. There we go. Boop. And boop. And there we go. Okay. I think that's good enough for a sketch, and then Puniko will just actually hold on. Let me bring the arm in a little bit, because that looks odd to me for some reason. Yeah, hold gently like burger. Hold gentle like burger. There we go. Okay. Yeah, but I feel like I'm weirdly in the minority when it comes to like really liking the boys' like default outfits. I think there's a lot of really cool details that it's always also interesting to see what they carry over from their first outfits over into their next ones. Taking bite out of bird koi. Yeah. Like one of the details that I've really enjoyed seeing, because you know, in most of Shinri's outfits he has this little like fish hook sort of hair strand here, and it's in most of his outfits, or into some degree, or at least it's there. He has like a long asymmetrical like strand in most of his hairs, except for his like most recent one, I think. Where it's all just kind of one length. It's a great look on him. It's just really interesting to see like, oh, he doesn't have that strand of hair here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good place to start. Mark that down. Find it hilarious that the initial rep at Zabupa Man has led him to getting shirts and everybody. Listen, I'm a firm believer that like let me get a little bigger here. I'm a firm believer that like less clothing does not equal sexy, you know? Like sure it can help, but it shouldn't be like, I feel like if it's used too much, it's a crutch to make a non-sexy character sexy. To put it really simply. And so like when a character like, that's why I think it's more effective when a character or a design like that usually is less covered, or is usually less covered, and they suddenly get more clothes. I think it's more effective than the other way around. Yeah, I think it's more effective than the other way around, because Because then the imagination gets to work out, and then it's fun. There we go, yeah. Triangles, my beloved. Shinri, why do you have those as your... Yeah, that'll work. Similar take from Joel. Yeah, oh my gosh. I saw his recent male model debut. First of all, it was so freaking creative. I was in awe the entire time. I was just like lurking in his stream, and I was so blown away at how creative an outfit reveal it was. The idea of like chat having to put him together again was so freaking funny. I love it so much. There we go. Whenever I draw Shinri's like little hair thingy, I always feel like, one, I never draw it the same way twice, and two, I don't know, it's a cute look, but it's so finicky to draw because if you don't draw it right, it looks weird, you know? It weirdly reminds me of like the struggles of like folks in the Hitalia fandom trying to draw all the wacky little like hair strands that were in that sphere. I don't like that. Hold on. I don't like how that looked. I don't like how that looks. There we go. His intro spiel always cracks me up. Dude, Joel is freaking funny. I envy people who are that witty and that like consistently funny without it feels like it's effortless in a lot of ways. I envy people who are that like witty, just, and I know it's from like it's not like I'm a firm believer, like it's never a talent necessarily, but a skill you work on for as long as you can, because nobody's born funny. I think, like, sure, you pick up like funny little habits, but nobody is born funny. Nobody's born good at drawing. Nobody's born good at singing. You may have like an affinity for certain things based on, you know, how you've grown up, how you've like how you navigated life up to a point, but like nobody is naturally gifted, I think. I don't know. It may be just like me trying to, you know, always being like, there's no such thing as fate. There's no such thing as people are fated to be good at something. No, I don't like that. I don't like that mentality. Hold on. When one direction is hard to draw, flip in the other direction. Because sometimes it works. See? There we go. Yeah. The rice piece. Oh, that reminds me though. I haven't. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by I don't watch One Piece, and I don't think I will. I know somebody, a good friend who does watch One Piece and is always and talks about how good it is. I just never had the time or patience to deal with that many episodes, but I recently saw the clip of okay, I think he's the skeleton guy, but it was before he was a skeleton. Before he was a skeleton, and he's like serenading one of the whales. He's serenading a whale. I've only seen the live action version of this scene, but my god, that man has a gorgeous voice. Whoever they hired to like play that character, they got somebody with a truly gorgeous voice. I'm like, it's like this beautiful, deep, soulful, like, it's so good. I love it. I love whoever and shame on me for forgetting the name of the person playing the character, but my God, their voice is incredible. I truly, I love it. It reminds me a little bit of, like, in terms of bravado. I don't know if that's the word. But in terms of like how much power and soul the voice has, it reminds me a little bit of like Josh Groban, who I really only know from him singing You Raise Me Up. But timbre, that's the word. Timbre. That's it. Yeah. Timbre to their voice. Just that like really like beautiful bassy vibrato. That you can clearly tell is from like years of training your voice, which I think is so cool. All right, let me make another layer. Hold on, I forgot. Always name your layers as you go, because otherwise you will cry. I have learned that mistake way too many times. And it saves you from drawing on the wrong layer as much as you can. All right. No. Does that look right? One of the several graduation songs of the 2000s. I listened to stuff in other languages. Yeah. I only know him because of my folks, but I do know like he's got a really cool voice. Why? Thank you. Sorry, sometimes you have to yell at art to make it behave. Scientists are still trying to figure out why you have to yell at art to make it behave, but oh well. Is that how I want it to look? I think so. And then okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Gotta go out here a little bit more. Oh, hold on. Sorry, had to sneeze. You yell out art in the same way you have to. Exactly. I love his fluffy coat. I hate drawing the fluffy coat. Because it can be very, very annoying. But I refuse to not give him the fluffy coat. Because he deserves the fluffy coat. There we go. Cover wants me to struggle. Yeah, Cover sent me a letter specifically like, hey, we need you to suffer specifically for this. You don't have a choice. You must suffer. Have a good day. Okay. I think that'll work. It's meant to be a chibi thing anyways, so I'm not gonna go super detailed on the gloves. There we go. Boop. Boop. Oh wait, it's like, hold on. But why am I wanting to get this stupid detail right? Okay, 3 lines. Actually, no, I'll just do that with the color. What am I doing? Flax, come on. Hold on, let's drop Puniko so we can get, like... Oh, I love drawing Puniko. I love drawing Puniko. Oh, it would be cute if I had, like, Shinri, like, holding up Puniko's fin, like how some people hold up their dogs to like, wave. Oh, that would be cute. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Puniko the water potato. Yes! So chunky! So chunky. Okay. It's gonna be covered up by his hand anyway, but it'll be. There we go. The Puniko plush? Yes, I do. It's so cute. It's so cute. Late to the curry plans. No such thing as late. No such thing as late. Like, if folks can get into D&D after the game's been out for how long, you can get into any kind of, like, VTuber sphere or fan base at any time. There's no such thing as too late. To me, at least. I'm sure folks will disagree, but I don't listen to the vote. I don't listen to them. Why is the fluff not looking right? Does this fluff not look right? Ah! Okay, maybe that's what it is. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me do the same thing and just get the actual, like, jacket down first and then draw the fluff, because that might be why. That might be why I'm struggling. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's looking more like kind of something. Ugh, art. Why art? Why? Then again, I'm also a massive Omena fan. Omena's art is so freaking cute. It's unfair. I mean, not unfair, but you know, it's just, it's so good. I love Omena's art. It's like the perfect amount of, like, detail and cuteness, and it's just really great. I love it. I love it so much. What are these lines? Oh, right. Up, up. Up, up. Whoop. There we go. Let me fix Puniko's little... I keep calling it a paw in my head. It's a fin. It's a fin. A fin. Boop, boop, boop. 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 There. Okay. She's super fun. I have not been able to catch one of her streams. Usually, the case is that, like, I've been a little too busy to catch other people's streams. Most of the time I have to watch streams is in the evening anyways. Because I'm pretty busy throughout the day with some stuff. But I keep wanting to, though, because it looks like a fun time no matter what. Oh, that's Puniko. Hey, remember what I said about labeling stuff? Puniko. Puniko. No. Puniko. Do. Ooh. And there. Okay. Let's do the same over here. Oh, I forgot to draw his hand. That's why it looks funky. I said, okay. Lower the opacity on Puniko. Great mom stories. Ah, yeah. Sea hours are better for you. Sorta, kinda, I would say. I've mentioned this before. I am a morning person in terms of I like getting my work done in the morning. My evenings are for my relaxation time. Like that, I have a personal policy. It's probably not a great policy, but there is a point where like I say, okay, I'm not gonna do any more work past this point because I know my work will suffer if I try to. So that's why I try to exclusively work in the morning as much as I can. JST ends you. Ugh, yeah. JST is rough for East Coast folks. Saying as somebody who's lived on the East Coast for a good bit of time. Hollow Boy's moving to Japan has been brutal. Yeah, but I am happy that they're getting the opportunities that they want. Because Lord knows there ain't much here. No, Lord knows there ain't much here in the States. Why? Shinri, respectfully, stop having hands. Stop having hands so I don't have to draw. There. And then that'll just be fluff. Stop having hands. Okay. I think that'll work. It'll make sense in a second here. Kuniko, I'm sorry, your fin's going bye-bye. Or at least it's going, like, here? Yeah, okay. Actually, it looks cuter without the fin. Give him little nubbins. Hold on a second. I have to readjust my chair. I got a new chair. Well, it's not a new chair. It's an old chair from another room. But it's new in that it's in my room now, and it wasn't before. It's my new shed chair, because my old shed chair, it can only be. Oh, hold on. Oops, didn't mean to close that. It can only generously be called a chair. Okay, with past life. I think I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna probably talk out loud about it, just for safety all around, or just for, you know, to keep things normal, or not normal, but you know what I mean. Just to, I prefer mostly just to text type about that stuff, in very specific circumstances. But for streams, I think I'm just gonna, you know, keep it here. I'm just gonna, you know, keep things like. You know. Hope that understands. I hope you understand. Alright. Anyways. Oh my gosh. There was a bit from Critical Role that I constantly laugh about remembering because it was so stupid. But the whole bit was that, two characters got drunk off of this wine that numbs your face as you drink it because it was made with like a special kind of venom. How did it go? I think yeah, two characters get drunk off of it, and and one person just goes, "Are you guys feeling okay? Can you feel this?" They go, "Ah." "Can you feel this?" "No." "Does it taste good?" "Would you try it again?" And they just kind of like at the same time. By the way, these characters are in sync the entire time they're doing this. And they're like, would you recommend it? And they just both go, It's, if you ever get a chance, please look up, what is it? Critical Role, sand keg wine. I think it's the sand keg wine bit. It's so stupid. I love it so much. And I remember watching that live and just losing my mind. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. Hold on a second. It kind of looks like Shinri's about to go. Take a big bite of the puniko. Take it. Sandcake's wine. Sorry. Hold on. Sandcake. However you spell sandcake wine. I think it's sandkeg. Cause it's like a play on an onkeg. But Matt made a sand variety, I believe, for the place that they were visiting that was kind of deserty. Contemplating either eating or petting puniko. That is a constant struggle. Have you seen that fish? Very biteable. Very chewy. Looks like a little thing of dango. Like a little mochi. Little mochi. Oh my god. Puniko mochi. Wait, hold on. Puniko mochi would be really, really cute. Like, can you imagine, like an actual, like, little mochi, with, like, these being the sesame seeds, and you would make a little, like, little tail as well. Like, you use little sesame. I don't know how easy it is to color, mochi, but if you could just imagine, if you will, just how cute a, like, a little mochi, puniko would be. Oh, that would be so cute! Puniko mochi would be something Haka. No, I want to see Shinri do it, and I want to see him fail at it, kind of. not that I think he's incapable, but my god, I love the chaos of his hand cams. I think, as much as people are like, oh, I think they're too chaotic, I'm like, no. I need people to see this man and realize he's just as goofy, if not goofier, than some of the other guys. But can you imagine mochi puniko? I can't spell. Nobody look at that. I can't spell. Oh my gosh. Oh, and if you cut it open, on the inside, there's like, what would be on the inside of a puniko mochi? Would it just be red bean paste? I mean, you could probably color the outside with red bean paste, but would the inside be red bean paste too? Or would it be more like red bean paste and then something else? Like, what else go in mochi? What else go in mochi? I'm realizing I don't eat mochi enough to know what goes inside. I know there's like ice cream varieties, but I think is more modern. Not familiar with Japanese desserts. I know a little bit, but I don't know like the traditional stuff. Like anything made with like sweet like mochi rice and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave mochi puniko here for like moral support. I hope you don't mind. Actually, hold on. Let me make these eyes look a little bit more like sesame seeds. There we go. Mochiko. Wait, isn't it? Hold on. I think that's actually a brand name. Wait. I think that's actually a brand name. Give me 1 second. Mochiko. It is. Wait, no, it's the brand name. It's the brand name for like a sweet rice flour. I was like, that's too perfect. Why hasn't anybody come up with that? They have, and they have done it multiple times over. Pun Mochiko. I'm just gonna keep it Mochiko. Why not? Why not? What are they gonna do? Sue a little guy like me? I'm not even copywriting this. Mochi-kun, Mochi-pun. Oh, Mochi-pun. That's cute too. I'm just gonna keep Mochiko. Still cute. Oh my goodness. Ah, little puniko. Hold on, wait. There we go. Moral support fi. There we go. It's so cute. Okay. I gotta focus. Serious face. Whew. Okay. All right. Let's go back to trying to give Shinri the fluff. Okay. Oh my gosh. Man, I regret not making any thumbnails for my Kois. Ah, yeah. Though I think he's got like a lot of backlog at this point. And as much as I would love to like push a game for him to play, first of all, I don't know what game I would like advocate for him playing that he would enjoy. Maybe Bugsnax? Maybe Bugsnax, because it's a little, it's like, there's like puzzle elements to it. But one, it's a long game, and I always feel weird about recommending long games to streamers because I know the struggle of like not wanting to do long games is real. How do I do this? Meh. Why is this so hard to draw? Why is his fluff so hard to draw? Grrr. 3D artist much? Ran out of skill points in mini painting and making LARP props. Well, I mean, nothing's saying it had to be drawn, right? There's no like. There's nothing saying it had to be drawn. Like, you could do photography. That would be honestly a pretty cool way to do a thumbnail. I know, look, if somebody can literally make Bettel a thumbnail that's literally their thumb, I think you're capable of anything. I think you're capable of anything. And I will say, taking pictures is how I got back taking pictures of my physical art is how I got back into drawing after like not doing so for a really long time. Cause well, I guess I can mention here. At one point I did consider pursuing art more seriously. I did consider pursuing art more seriously, but for a lot of different reasons, it just didn't end up happening, and my confidence got kind of destroyed in a lot of way. Hello, welcome in. We're doing some art right now. Did you almost get an art degree? No, but I was considering pursuing it. Because at the time I was starting to get more serious about my art. Like I was really pushing myself to like learn new things. So I was really trying to better myself a lot more. But when it came time to actually, you know, sit down and talk with like the art director of a school I was considering going to, I don't want to say they pushed me away from art, but the comments they made about my art was really discouraging, unfortunately. Let me pull that back in, actually. Pull that in a little bit. The comments they made about my art were really discouraging and kind of... It kind of ruined my confidence in a lot of ways. And I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop art for a little bit and see if I actually want to pursue it more seriously. And that turned into several years and years of not doing art because I was intimidated. Not gate-kept. I would say it's more of like, they made me realize, I don't know if they made me realize this or if, you know, I'm trying to convince myself that they weren't actually that mean to me. But they were rude in a way about my art that was like it was painful rude in the sense of like, it was stuff I would sort of already believed about my art. I just didn't want to hear it. I think the exact comment that I got told was, we see hundreds of these kinds of applications a day. Yours is nothing special. And at the time I was really struggling with finding an identity in my art. So it was one of those things of, it made me realize, oh, I'm really not trying to do anything on my own. And I won't lie, years later, when I mentioned this to some of my other artist friends, they're like, hey, fuck that guy. What was he talking about? And I sort of agree with them, but at the same time, it did give me enough pause to make me go, maybe I should start thinking about what is it about my art that I want to make different, you know? And for the longest time, I couldn't answer that. So I figured, hey, why not just take a break and come back when you actually have some kind of an answer? I still don't have an answer, but I realized, one, that guy was actually kind of full of shit. And two, it's not important. It's not important at the end of the day to find out what makes your art unique, because at the end of the day, art is unique because it is people doing it, right? You can't take away that aspect. Not to get all preachy on here, but it's something that like I was thinking about for a really long time. Just, you know, uniqueness in art and finding a style. And I still kind of struggle with that idea of like, oh, my art doesn't feel like it's very unique. But then I thought about, well, do I really care if it's unique or not? And when I realized the answer was no, it suddenly became a lot easier to do art, you know? I hope that makes a tiny bit of sense. I feel like I'm rambling, or, you know, not making a lot of sense here. But it is something that, like, I was going back and forth about a lot. Oh, how far up does his earrings go? It's that little piece and then that little... Okay, it's that little black piece as well. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And I don't think you would see it much from this angle, but I will draw his little fish scales. I think they're meant to be fish scales. Wait, are his triangle earrings meant to be fish scales or arrowheads? I've never known. If it helps art career be brutal, yeah. I have a lot of friends who are animators, and oof. That's all I'll say. Oof. I do not envy them one bit. I think that works. Oh, but speaking of art and, you know, pursuing stuff, I did end up getting myself, because, you know, CSP recently did a sale. Well, they did a big update and then they did a sale. So I ended up snagging a one-time license for myself. So I think I don't know if I'm gonna try to do this on stream so much, but I do want to start practicing with CSP because I really am jealous of all the cool things CSP gets to do. And I love Psy, don't get me wrong, and I will always have a very soft spot in my heart for Psy. But the program is very out of date in a lot of ways. It desperately needs updating in other ways. And seeing what CSP can do, I'm like, I really should just... It's less about wanting to follow trends, but more of just trying to keep up in terms of like what folks are doing art-wise. Honestly, I kind of like it just like this. I really like the art just like this in terms of like, I don't want to do the bottom half. I think it works better if it's just the top half. I think it might work better if it's just, hold on, let me see. Let me try to imagine this. I will have to fix that arm though. Okay. Alright, let me erase that. But yeah, I got CSP, and so I might be trying to learn some things on it in the future. And I do have to laugh because it makes my art style look very different. Or at least, to me, my art feels very different because I keep doing all kinds of different textures, and I keep playing around with my brushes to the point where, like, why does this look weird? Why does this look weird? Meh. Did my playlist run out? Oh, nope, it just paused. Oh, there we go. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna try to learn Clip Studio Paint and see how that feels as an art program. I don't know if I'm gonna fully switch over. Who knows? I might if I end up really liking it. But I at least wanted to give it a try while it was cheap. I think right now for the one-time purchase, it's like 30, a little over 30 US dollars. I don't know what that is elsewhere, but yeah. Okay. This is such an annoying angle. I hate it. Okay, I'm done. There we go. There we go. I think that works. Wait. Does that work? This is such a stupid little angle. I'm just gonna color them really simply anyways, so I think that'll work. Okay. Oh, I just realized I erased his mouth. Boop. Yeah. Okay. I think that works. Do little blushies. Wait, no. I don't like the angle of that. Haha! There we go! There we go! Let me get rid of that. I'm trying to keep the art very round. Very round and cute. So I don't want to do too many like thin lines. There we go. Unless... Oh, wait. I forgot. Boop. 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 Wait. There we go. Chibi Fishman. Yeah! That looks about right. Or maybe... Usually it's like right about here. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's why it looks weird. That's why it looks weird. Hey, Flex, you should know this. You should know this by now. Come on. There we go.
Gee, Shinri, how come your art mama let you have 2 little ahoges?
Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Well, hold on. Actually, no, it is there. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. That's not. That's where it is. I was like, why does that still not look right? Me. All right, let's pull back, see how this looks. Yeah, I'm sure so many people have made that mistake in terms of like accidentally typing the other word. Here, beep, beep. No, not quite. No, it was good before. Do I like that? Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Alrighty. Shinri's hair thing, is always way too intricate, so sometimes what I'll do whenever I'm just like doodling him on my own, I'll just like, I'll simplify it a lot by just doing that, but I know it's supposed to be like this really delicate thing. Also, I don't see a lot of people drawing this, but he does have a little bun. It's less of like, it's less of a ponytail and more like an actual bun, which is a really cute little detail that I don't think a lot of people see, mostly because I think the bun part is more hidden behind. Hold on. Good. I think. Hold on. Let me. I'm sorry. I'm looking at his art reference, and I know I've seen him with it, but it's really hard to see on some of the art references. Goblet has one? I think so. I'm not sure. Not sure. Okay. I think I'm you know what? Screw it. Artistic liberty. Artistic liberty. I think that looks fine. Yeah. Hold on. Pull back. No. I think I am just gonna leave it like that. And then, yeah. Is that? There we go. That's what I should do. All right. I think the bun part more isn't behind anyways, and this will be hidden by the this is more hidden by the thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then time for Puniko face. My favorite part. Yay. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. They're so cute. Look at Puniko. Oh, Funico just makes me happy. It's so cute. Fish. Yes. Cutest little fish ever. Oh, hold on. Let me fix this real quick, because this makes his face look big, too big. Oh, but that makes his ears look too big. Let's fix this. Hope everybody's having a good day, by the way. I forgot to ask, how's everybody doing today? Anything fun happening? I know it's Friday right now, at least stateside, and I don't know what time it is elsewhere, but hope everybody's having a good day. What? Yep, there we go. I hope I haven't been like what's the word I'm looking for? I know I've been like a little yappy, but also like kind of lower energy than I usually am in like game stuff, but art for me is a very chill time. And I also know that folks tend to like they'll watch art streams in that they'll put it on in the background, so I don't want to be too disturbing for that case. So, yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, look at him. His head looks big. Hold on. This looks off. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. That looks more manageable. That looks like a more reasonable noggin size. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I like that a lot better. Oh, because of buffering? Ah, no, I'm so sorry. My internet says I'm still good. I'm still connected. I don't have any drop frames, so it might be your internet. I don't know. Right now I'm getting like full frames and stuff like that. Must be on my end. Yeah, I'm so sorry, dude. Trust me when I say I know how frustrating that is. My internet actually takes a huge dip whenever whenever it's late at night, which is also frustrating because, like I mentioned, that's my free time. So whenever it starts taking a huge dip just randomly at night, I'm just like, oh no, please, please, no. Let me redo this then. Yeah, there we go. That's the shape it needs to be. Okay. At night, people go to sleep and the scarecrows. Exactly. People need to stop hogging the internet at night. That's my free time. That's my free time. Y'all had the day to do shit. Let me have my time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alrighty. I think that is let's see. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna take a second real quick to stretch real quick. And probably get some water. Where's my BRB sign? There we go. All right. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna leave the music going. But in the meantime, be sure to stretch, get some water, get a snack for yourself if you can. And yeah. All right, be back in a little bit. Alrighty, I'm back. Hello. Hello. Sorry if I scared you. Hello. I'm back. Let's get this BRB notice out of here. There we go. Okay. I also realized I had my stream in studio mode for something. Whoops. So I hope it didn't cut out weirdly at some points. But yeah. Alrighty. I got my water. I fed Barn Cat too while I was at it. So man, I feel like I draw super slow. So let me get Puniko their little. Actually, wait. Puniko is more like top half, and then some little spots here and there. I never remember Puniko's exact spots, so I just kind of like bullshit it. Where is the little Puniko? Where's my plush? Yeah, there we go. I don't feel like drawing the hat. I think it'll be fine without the hat. But I do want to fix this. Yes. Yeah. Actually, I think I'll do this in with actual colors if I do end up coloring this. Or maybe I'll just do. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think that'll be fine. I don't know why, but Puniko's little nubbin tail is killing me. Oh, actually, if I do it like this. Oh, wait, that's cute too. That's really cute, actually. Hold on. Wait, what layers? Ah, no, I did the thing I told myself I wouldn't do. No. Okay, it's fine. It's all going on the line layer anyways. There we go. There we are. All right. Boop. Boop. Okay. I think. Actually, I'm trying not to get so finicky over what's supposed to be like ultimately a chibi drawing, but I can't help it. Okay. One last final check. Does this look okay? Shinri's face still looks too big here. Let me shrink it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Is this a reasonable wee size? I think so. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Honey, I've shrunk the Ronin. I don't know where that came from. Okay. There we go. Okay. And you know what? I don't think I like that part. I'll just leave it like that. Yeah. Yeah. And boop. Okay. I think with that, wee wee is done. Wee wee done. Wee wee done. Wait, one line. Wait. Okay, yes. Done. I'm forcing myself to be done with this. So, wee. There we go. And now, let's move over to Haka. Okay. Wow, I really kind of made him tiny. For some reason, I thought this was a much bigger. Actually, wait, can I? Oh, I just realized. I can do this. Do this. Yeah, that's a better proportion. I like that much more. Okay. Oh, let me say... oh, hold on a second. Let me hide this first, just in case it pulls up my government, secret alias that I'm totally keeping from everybody. There we go. Don't do that. Don't do that, art program. Don't do that. Put that in that folder. Buddhas. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, saved. Bring that up. There we go. Alrighty. Let's draw Haka. I can now get rid of that reference over here. And I can look at... There we go. Okay. For this one, I think, how do I want to draw him? If I do the similar sort of like two bubble face. Hi, yes, I see you. Stop fiddling with that. Come here, barn cat. Come here. Barn cat, come here. Oh my gosh, it is so windy outside right now. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it is blustering out there. My window is like right next to my computer, so I'm like hearing every bit of wind out there. Oh no, did my playlist go away? I just realized is my playlist too low? Okay, no, it's not. I'm good. Alright. Stop fiddling with that over there. Okay? Okay. Let's get back to art. I think for this, it'd be cute if he was like holding up a Hakito over his head, like this. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do for the pose. Because this'll be really cute. I think this will be cute. Hakito. Wait, no, it's the other way. Because it mimics Haka's. And then the Hakito. There we go. I'm not good at drawing little round birds, I don't think. I will say, as much detail as Haka has, I really do like drawing all his little like hair details. I just think they're so fun. And he's got the thing down there. But for right now, let me do the... Barn cat, you're making a mess over there. Stop it. How did I make this? Stop trying to chew my pen. Barn cat, cut it out. Barn cat, stop. I'm currently fighting my cat who's trying to eat my pen as I'm trying to draw. This little gremlin. This little gross little gremlin. Gotta get the angry brows in there. I think something like that could work for Haka in terms of like expression. I'm trying to keep it kind of similar to what I was doing with Shinri. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's cute. And then his robes. So, okay. And then he's got the robes up there. I know what I said about liking his first outfit, but I might do his second because it's easier to draw. Because it's just, it's a black t-shirt. It's a black t-shirt with a zipper on it, so it's easier to draw. I think something like this will work. He's got some long hair though. Maybe he's blend with it. Maybe it's just the Tango data. Okay. And then little Hakito with the big brows. Little Hakito. How do I want to do this? How do I want... I'm so bad at drawing little birds. Why? Why bird hard? Why bird hard to draw? Oh, I could make the little scrunchy face. I could make a little scrunchy face. I could make a little scrunchy face for Hakito. The little Hakito. Okay. Teet, teet. Teet, teet. How do people draw little bird mouths? Do something like that for the bird mouth, for the eyes, and then. Yeah, I think that works. And a little hair charm, feathers. Oh, and then his hair thing. Feathers. Okay. Oh no, I have to pull up a reference for for his second outfit now. PNG Haka. There we go. Okay. I can get rid of that now. Ugh, this music putting me to sleep. Hold on, let me... There we go. Let's start with face. Because I'm going to be covering it with a bunch of hair. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I'll make that the white streak, and then I got a little hair there. And the rest of the hair kind of flares out a bunch. Trying to make spiky hair like cute in terms of like using rounded lines is really hard, I'm finding. Okay. Here we go. No, that's not how I want to draw that. There we go. I think that's a good base for Haka's hair. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good base for the top half of his hair. Okay. And then he's got the little... And this will be like the feather part. Be sure to draw it with different like shapes so I can differentiate for later. I'll do that after I color stuff, but that'll be the feather. But this will be feathers. There we go. Okay. How does it there we go. There we go. That's how you draw sleep. There we go. Yeah, don't put too much detail, Flax. Come on. Simplify, simplify. There we go. Wait a second. If that's his arms, they might be going above his head. So, boop, boop. There we go. Okay. And you know what? We love copy and paste in this household. I'll say it, I'm not above it. The time and energy I want to spend elsewhere. Like drawing an Akito. Oh, actually, that's going to be hidden mostly by the hair, so that works out great for me. I love it when you get to hide details behind other details in art because it means you have to draw less. As lazy as that sounds. Well, not necessarily lazy, but just, you know, time considerate. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Time considerate. Actually, let me put this. Let me put this behind his arm. Let's see how that looks now. Okay. There we go. I think I can make his head a little bigger. It looks a little tiny for some reason. I know it's probably going to get hidden by Hakito anyways, but, you know, I still want to draw the detail at the very least to map it out. Oh. I just lost connection for a little bit. Are we back? Am I back? I think I'm back. Okay, there we go. Whee. Alrighty. Now time for Hakito. Hakito. Ah, round shape. Round. Why can I not draw a round? Wait. Wow, that's a perfect egg. I can work with this. I'll make it like he's holding the feet. There we go. There we are. Oh my gosh, look how round the Sakito is. Rotund! Rotund indeed. Right. No, wait, not paste. Leave. And then flip. And move it on over. There we go. Curse your stupid banana hairs, Haka. Curse them. Okay. I think that works enough. No, actually. No, I don't like that either. Grrr. Okay. Whee. We should make Haka bald. We should just make Haka bald so I don't have to draw his stupid bananas. Oh, I actually do like drawing his hair. His like hair flat. What's it called? His little feathers. Akito, go away for a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. We got there. We got there. Took all my patience in the world, but we got there. Alrighty. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm starting to feel my shrimping. There we go. And then little feathers. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. There we go. Okay. And I'll draw the little hair charm afterwards. Sorry for the silence. I'm like locking in hard for this for some reason. Boop. Little nose. Yeah. Well, now Wee Wee's head looks really big in comparison. Let me resize this. I think this works. Let me change Haka's face a little bit here. Oop. Let me change Haka's face a little bit so it looks a little bit similar. More similar in style. Because I realized because of the way I drew it, I kind of got rid of some of the similarities to how I drew Shinri's face, and I kind of want them to look like a set, or at least I want them to look more cohesive in style. So I like how rounded the cheeks look. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I might just do a really, really simple coloring for this. I might not even color, honestly. I might just... how's that? Oh, wait. I know why this looks funky on Shinri's part. The eyes are too far apart. There we go. There we are. There we are. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay. I think what I'll do is really, really simple coloring. So. Kind of unexpected error. What's going on? Twitch, why are you sending me these messages? Unexpected error, my ass. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Are we still alive? Hold on a second. Let me check something real quick here. I think I'm still alive. All right, I think we're good. I think I'm good. Sorry about that. I just got a weird message on my chat thing that it said it disconnected like 3 times in a row, and it scared me really bad. Okay. Back to work. Back to drawing. Nope, that's the hair. What am I doing? I can... Oh, my back is really starting to feel it now. Old man activated! Why is that so... No. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh, did my music run out? It did run out. Let's get that going. Let's get some more. Let me get some different music in here. There we are. Alrighty. There we go. There we go. bending, that's why. And the blue. Oh wait, no, it's the teal. It's that teal color. This is a little bit more. There we go. Oh wait, no, that's his glove. I'm an idiot. There we go. Let me get a separate layer for that. Same yellow needs to be for his little gold accents. Oh, up above. There we go. The wee almost done. Yeah. There we go. Wee done. And then on top of the gloves, he needs those like lines. They're like his little paws. And then, ooh, little blush. A little lighter. There we go. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Wait, hold on. Haha, there we go. Oh. Oh, nope. There we go. Yay! All right, barn cat, get out of here. Ugh, sorry, readjusting in my chair. There we go. Yeah. Da wee wee. Da wee wee. Alright, so that's his hair. So let's do actually, I think it's cute as is. Yeah, so I do like a... Oh, that could be cute, actually. Hold on. Okay, I like that. I like this simple style. Okay, I'm really liking this coloring style, actually. Hold on. No, wait. Oh no. No, I lost the color. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, if I just do a screen layer, I'm an idiot. I'll just do a screen layer. Oh, needs to be a brighter color. Brighter still. Shiny, Pony, go ahead. I'm not doing like all of the lines. I'm not gonna like highlight all the lines, just, you know, where it would be visually interesting to see some highlights. There you go. Does it make lighting sense? Absolutely not. Does it look nice to me? Yes. And that's why I'll do it. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Now on to Haka. I'm probably gonna zhuzh up the lines a little bit in a bit, so I'm just gonna leave that like that. See. We. Ha. Come on. Ha. There. Okay. There we are. Wait, what playlist is this? Hold on. I don't remember this one. Oh. First of all, let's get all that hair colored right. Haka's hair is somewhere in this range. I think so. Yeah, that looks right. And then let's get his skin tone down. There we go. Okay. Let me get some water real quick. Okay. Nope. There we go. His skin tone is a little lighter than Shinryu's. But I don't like making him super pale. Oh no, that's not what I want. I don't like making him super pale. Because it's also hard for me to see what I'm doing whenever things are super white on white. So I tend to make him a little darker just so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Little two. Oops, that's purple. Why did that turn purple? Maka, everything you touch turns purple. Why? Okay. There we go. Is that how his shirt looks? Hold on. Where's my reference? Yeah, it's like starts off dark and then goes to light. Yeah. There's purple on the sleeves too. How much detail do I want to give this? I'm gonna make that line really thin and then detail that one. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, wait. I forgot a very important, well, not a very important part, but I forgot one aspect of oops. There we go. He's got like this circular zipper thing on his shirt. I gotta recolor that then. Just nope. And then smudge that a little bit. There we go. That works. Alrighty. I'll make the zipper wider just a little bit. There we go. That's enough detail on half the shirt that I want to do. I gotta do his corrupted hand. So I'm gonna make that a clipping layer. There we go. And he has a bracelet on that arm too. Yeah, he's got a bracelet on that arm. But I also forgot. Oh wait, no, that's more brown. There we go. That works. Neat white for his little hair streak. There we go. I think that's good. No, it goes up a little. It actually is like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Wow, I just realized I feel like I haven't blinked in a long while. Ugh. There we go. Now to Hakito. Hakito. Hello, Hakito. Hello. Hakito feetsies, which I will darken in a second to bring it more contrast. I know. Hakito beaks are kind of light. I like an off yellow. And then they're similar to Haka's hair color, but not quite. They're a little bit more like that. Yeah. It's almost like they're darker, but not quite. No, too vibrant, too vibrant. Oh, why is that blending? Why is it blending? No, don't blend. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's a good Hakito shade. That's a good shade of Hakito. Oh, actually, they're more on the bluer side. Yeah, that's actually closer. I think that's closer. And then their eyebrows are even darker. So something in this family. Yeah. Hold on a second. There we go. And then the feather is dark to light, I think, for the Hakitos. Where's the Hakitos? I need Hakito. I need Hakito reference. Connection is better now. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, I was fighting with my connection earlier too, so apologies. I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. think after I finish coloring these and getting them squared away, I might post them and then call it a day for the stream because I can feel my back starting to feel a little sore. And I don't want to push myself too much sitting down all the time. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, let me do these. I can never remember. Are Haka's feathers the same for that outfit? Oh no, his feathers are pure black for those. Okay. No stretch redeem. I don't know how to get those set up, and I don't. I'm usually pretty good at stretching on my own, so I don't. Maybe it's just me. I don't see the necessity for them just yet. But I might get one soon. I might bother one of my friends who's better at setting up those kinds of things. Twitch channel point system. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Don't you have to be affiliate for those kinds of things though? And I'm not even affiliate. So again, it's fine. I don't want the blur. I don't want the blur. Yeah. Okay. There's Haka's feathers. There's Hakito. And let me get the little Omamori charm, or not Omamori, but the little thread charm. Oh, no, it has to be. Gotta get an. Yeah, I know the requirements for affiliate. It's more of just like, I don't know if I want to fully make that push just yet. It's more of a me thing of whether or not I want to, you know, be a little bit more serious about it. Because to me, I don't feel like I have enough to offer and that would motivate, you know, motivate folks to like seriously tune in anymore. So. Which I'm totally fine with. This is not me complaining about what I need to do. It's more of just like, do I want to actually do that, you know? Why is that not? Is this not the color? Oh, okay, that's odd. Okay, well, at any rate, I still have everything colored, so. Okay. Super fan, so you can sort of tap into that. Oh, that's nice, but I think I'm fine as is. I think I like what I have going on here. I'm not trying to aim for anything, you know. I don't have any big goals or anything. This is just for fun and like a hobby. So I'm just trying to take things chill. But thank you, though. Okay. Let's get that screen layer going. And oh, that's a little too bright. But if you have funny emotes. Oh, but then I have to put in the work for like making emotes too, and I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do the effort. And I know the answer could also be like, oh, just ask somebody else to do it, but then that involves money. And I don't. I'm trying to save up right now for some projects and some things I need to do. I don't know. It like I said, it's a step that I'm not sure I'm fully ready to like jump into. Oh my gosh. I will say the emotes that people come up with are really, really fun. I really admire like creativity when it comes to emotes. Because I feel like it's a great way to like sell your quote unquote brand as well. Which is the other thing is that like I don't know what kind of emotes I would even do. Because I can be creative, but I'm also like I keep thinking of like what I would want as emotes, and I don't think I really don't focus on emotes a lot in other people's chats, so yeah. Alrighty. But if you get affiliate once, you got it forever. Okay. So it's not like partner where you could potentially lose it necessarily. Or I don't know. I'll be honest, I have not really looked into what partnership could also mean. I haven't streamed since 2005 or 2025. Wow, I can't read. Says that if it's a good thing. Okay, yeah. But actually, in terms of streaming, I have considered at least looking into like what the setup would be to stream on YouTube versus here, because I know it's slightly different, and I know the rules are slightly different. But I have wondered what that would be like to give YouTube a chance to. But it'll be something I have to look into for sure. Partner just means a better profit split. Yeah, and right now, the other reason I'm not really reaching for like for affiliate is because right now, to be completely transparent, my my bank has been a little funky when it comes to me accepting like for some reason this always happens when I try to do commissions or I try to accept commissions or anything like that. They get a little touchy is the best way to say it. Foreign transactions sometimes, yeah, like even in state stuff it gets a little funky with, and it keeps flagging it as like it basically keeps false flagging things, and I have to then go in and be like, no, this is a real thing, please stop messing with my bank account and my money and other people's money, please and thank you. But it just becomes a battle I'm just tired of doing, so I just, yeah. Okay. I think with this, we are done. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, put that back. Okay, I think I like this. All right, let's do that. kind of want to keep the line layers as is. I don't want to... Hold on, let me quickly... Oh, wait. No, I need black. Oh, but that's the color layer. Okay. Really good. Thank you. Thank you. It's just silly little doodles to get back into the swing of things art-wise, so. Alrighty. Calvin and Hobbes. Oh, yeah, Calvin and Hobbes has a really, really cute art style to it. Okay. Let me go ahead and save. And yeah, I think what I'll do is you know what? I think I think I can add some last little details on here that'll make it Harvest Moon. Yeah, old Harvest Moon. I'm gonna be a little hater. I really like the older Harvest Moon style more than I like the newer one. I think the newer one worked. I think the older one was very charming in its own way, and I'm a little sad that they moved so far away from it. Like, don't get me wrong, I like what they did with Story of Seasons in terms of like when they started making Story of Seasons look more storybook-esque, hence the name. The problem is that they were focused on making things very cutesy, and it kind of ruined some of the magic for me. That's pastoral. Yeah, I think that is what it is. Like, it lost whatever it lost a little bit of the charm that Harvest Moon had, because I remember when I remember some of the designs for the redesigns for the Harvest Moon, what was it? A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life. The redesigns for that one, I didn't like that. I didn't really like the redesigns for that as much. I hate what they did to Gustafa. I hate what let me do this real quick. I hate what they did to Gustafa, and I hate what they did to what's his name? The grumpy guy. I forget his name right now, but the guy that looked a little bit like oh god, what is his name? I'm blanking now. He was like the first guy I ever married in a Harvest Moon game. After I got over Nami not being an option for me. I'll think of it later. Yeah, let me do that. By the way, what have you been playing or watching lately? I have been playing a stupid amount of Pokopia. I have been playing a lot of Pokopia. I love Pokemon. They're very like special games to me, which is why I would Pokemon in general is one of those things that like I get very picky about who I watch play Pokemon, because I like playing Pokemon a very specific way, and I realize that's not a way that a lot of other people like playing it. Or at the very least, I get very protective of how Pokemon is talked about. So, which I realize is not that healthy. I realize I gotta work on that if I want to, you know, if I want to watch more creators, and I do, then I gotta get over like, oh, you're playing my favorite game wrong. I have to get over that feeling, but it is an instinctive reflex to just be like, no, you're not appreciating Pokemon like I would, so get out of here. it's like one of my bigger toxic traits. Which is why even if I really like a creator, if there are still people that like, even if I really like their style of gameplay and I really like how they look at games, I probably won't watch them play a game like Pokemon because it's so special to me, because it's such a it's so personal to me, that I kind of just I play Pokemon games on my own, and then only after I beat it do I consider watching other people play it. I hope that made sense. I don't necessarily do Nuzlocks, but I do have like this. Okay, so when I play Pokemon, I have these rules in my head that I give myself, which they're not to make the game harder necessarily, but it is to make me more invested in the region. And it's not even like rules that like if I break it, I'm dead to myself and I have to restart the run. But it's more like just stuff habits. I think habits is a better word. I think habits. Like for example, I try to use as many Pokemon from the region as possible. Roleplay for increased immersion. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Which is why I always treat not just the first Pokemon you choose, but the first Pokemon you catch very seriously. Like what's it called? Like, you know how Pokemon is treated in the anime? Like how every Pokemon added to the team is like truly a member of a family? That's how I view Pokemon a lot. Like I have these little like dynamics in my head based on how battles go. Little ways I like to imagine my characters on their own little Pokemon adventure. Stuff like that. Like I said, it's really silly. It's really silly ways of like getting into the game, but it's something that I've done since I was a kid. Or, you know, since I was, first alive, then it just became something I always, looked forward to doing in every new Pokemon game. And I know there's people out there that are like, oh, but I want to like, why doesn't the game let you do XYZ? Why doesn't it just like, chill out with the tutorials? Like, let me play as I know how to play the game. I'm XYZ years old. And to that, I'm like, well then just pretend you're a kid again. Just pretend you're a kid again getting this kind of game for the first time. And just go from there. All right. Okay. Little chubby Tommy. Okay. I think that's good for the lines on Shinbi. Okay. Grind of the stats. Sometimes I like the grind of the stats. Sometimes. I will say there is something really satisfying about training the Pokemon to the best of their abilities. And I did that to some degree with my team in ZA. Just because of how easy it was to do so. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that, like, it should be easy to train Pokemon how you want. It should be easy to train Pokemon the stats you want, which is my one big criticism. Everyone's like, oh no, you have to really grind it out. It's like, but then that becomes, for some people, that's not fun. It's not fun to do that, like, monotonous grind. So having that other option to make it so easy and accessible is good. Games should ultimately be fun, and if you're not having fun with a game, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, let's see. There's the line layer. All right, let's get on to Haka. Let's see. Will this be? Yeah, okay. Unnecessary friction. Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped playing what's it called? There's a number of games where that's been the case for me. The first one I can think of off the top of my head is Animal Crossing. Even with the new update that has come out and made things easier to some degree, there's still a lot of like, everything takes so long to do, which is why time traveling became such a big thing for folks that play that game. But it's also why I currently really love, what's it called? Oh God, I'm blanking. Pokepia. It's why I like Pokepia a lot, because there isn't that same sort of friction as you play the game. Yeah, there's moments where you have to wait for things to be done building, but it's never to the point of like you not having fun at the game, because there's always something to do. I've been playing Project Zomboid on a community server since my mission is to get VTubers play more Zomboid and have to deal with a guy that does nothing but... Yeah, there's always gonna be people that just... You can't make them have fun the way you want to have fun in a game, which is the frustrating part, because you're just like, but if you tried this, you might have fun. And they're like, no. No. It's not how I want to have fun. So therefore it's stupid. And it's frustrating when you can't, like, convince people otherwise like that. But it's that whole you can lead the horse to water, can't make him drink thing. Are you enjoying yourself, or are you masochist? Yeah, I don't understand people playing games they don't enjoy. Like, if you're playing with friends and, you know, just playing for shits and giggles, then yeah, I'll go through a bad game every once in a while for friends. But just like, just bitching and moaning about a game that you're not having fun with, supposedly for fun, I never got that. I never understood that. Ugh. Yeah. That's not the color. That's not the color I want. What if I did a bluish white? No. I made a purplish. Purple actually works. Like, purple looks like it. Yeah, that looks like it could work. Let me blend it a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. The missing stare of the community. That's... I love that. Alrighty. Hold on, let's look back at that. Yeah, I think I do want to lighten it a little bit. Yeah, I think, and then I'll focus on making the rest of that. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, you know what? That actually does look better. Why did I even try to do the white layer? Okay. Okay. There we go. Highlighting the hair with the white or fuchsia. You know, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I like how it looks, so I'm going with it. I know that's not super helpful, but sometimes I just kind of throw spaghetti at a wall and see what sticks. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll fix that once I meld everything together. Oop. Oh, why did that stop? Yeah. There we go. I'll make this area look a little bit better once. I always forget the shades of purple. The Hakito is blurple in my eyes. Yeah, it's this. I was looking at that earlier, and like, at first I thought it was like a more pinkish purple, but it's actually more of a blue purple. Not that I'm like a master of color shades. Oh, wait. That reminds me. Hold on a second. Where was it? I set this up earlier and I meant to bring it up. But there is a, what's it called? A website where you can like guess colors. Hold on. Where did I put oh, there we go. Okay. I had this set up earlier because I wanted to do it earlier, but then I plumb forgot about it. This is a website where you have to guess what the color name is on the color wheel itself. And I saw it earlier and I wanted to give it a shot. So let me see if I can. So, for example, this one is Mephiston Red. So I would have to guess where on the color wheel and what a paint guesser, kind of. It's called colorguesser.com, spelled exactly as it sounds. And I wanted to see how well is a Citadel paint. Yeah. So I'm gonna do my best to just oh, it's an actual minis color. Ah. I'm gonna do my best to guess. To me, Mephiston from like Mephisto, like devilish, like a devilish red. So like a really deep, almost burgundy red. Somewhere like in this category? Maybe something like that. I feel like a little darker. I think you're gonna know if this is right before me. So let's just see how close. Let's just see how close I am. Hey, not bad. I was actually darker, but that's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good. I'm amazed at myself. Okay. Hold on. I want to do like 2 more of these real quick, or I want to do the dailies. Wait, Hong Lao Ming Red. What? Mephiston is mid-tone. Okay. Now this one, it's that classic, you've met me at a very Chinese time of my life. If this is Chinese, I'm guessing it is based on the accent markings. But I have no idea. Okay, this is not me trying to like stereotype or anything, but whenever I think of reds used in Chinese like designs and culture, I think of a very, very vibrant, very, very bright red. Something like this, something maybe more in the orangish category. Let's just see how close. Ah, no, I was way more vibrant than it actually was. Whoa. Okay. Please don't give me another red, is all I hope. Fashion green. Huh? Fashion green? Road to Empress? No, I haven't. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Fashion green. Well, this is hard because fashion changes from era to era, and I don't know what is considered fashionable right now for this to be considered fashion green. What do I consider a fashionable shade of green is the thing. Something in this category? I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I feel like this is not close. I'm still in that 80 range. Okay, so it's a lot lighter. Huh. That's considered fashion? I don't know. I don't know fashion. Okay. Huh? Applause, please? Like, what color? Wait, what? Wait, what is this color supposed to be? What do you mean applause? What do you mean applause? What is the color of applause? What is the color of applause? Huh? Like, do they mean the color of, like, curtains? Because that's a pretty, like, a darker red, something like that, like curtain red? Huh? What? Okay, who the hell decided to call this gray? Applause, please. That is... what? No, I call bullshit. What is that? What is that? No, okay, last one. South Rim Trail. Oh, fuck me. What the hell is this? South Rim Trail. It's in the middle of the color wheel, so bullseye, I guess, but South Rim Trail. That feels like a brown. South is known for clayish soil, sometimes. A warm color, I think so. My brain wants to tell me it's like clay brown, somewhere in this category. Wow, that is hard to see. Hopefully that helps. Something like that. A puke brown. Potentially. Let's just see how far off this is. What? Okay, I was doing good, and then the last two just destroyed me. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm not mad. I'm a little mad. Scrandle. I am terrible at Scrandle. I've tried in the past. I am terrible at it. I don't know bands, and my problem is I can't separate sounds in, wait, is Scrandle the food one, or that is the band one? I think Scrandle is the band one, where you separate the music out by, like, wait. Oh, Scrandle is the food one. Oh, okay. What's the band one? I feel like, what's the band one then? Well, my problem is that I judge food a lot, so and I'm also bad at like judging things. Okay. Oh, I just got a ping about something. The judgments are the fun part. Yeah. Maybe another time, because I do want to finish up the last little bit of my drawing real quick. Let's pull this away for right now. Okay. Give me 1 second. Actually, give me 1 second. I need to respond to something real fast. Okay, sorry about that. I had to answer something. Okay, always love to contribute some food for thought. Yeah, I know food is like the thing streamers always talk about, or they end up talking about one way or another. Just because, and I think it's for a few reasons, but I think the main reason is because food is just so accessible is not the word. I think the word is more like relatable, inevitable. Yeah, relatable, inevitable, something in that category. I don't know. I think it's fun talking about food. I'm biased for various reasons, but I really do like talking about food. I think it's a great way to bring people together in one way or another. And I'll do this real quick. Oh, I forgot to do Hakito. Hakito. This might be the cutest Hakito I've ever drawn. And it's fighting for its life. I don't know what that says about me. Oh, wait, no, that's actually not the right purple. Let me do a little darker. Nope. Yeah, okay, I think that's a better purple. It stands out a little bit more. There we go. Pipeline from money to toilet. Yeah, sucks to suck. Wait, that's not the phrase. It sucks in general, but yeah. Hold on. Okay, let's pull back and see how we looking. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. Wait, let me do the little bird beak. That's the color of the beak, so let me do a little darker. Something more in the cooler range. Yeah. I'm gonna clean this up in just a second. I know it looks really rough right now. Just stay with me. I promise it'll look better. Okay. I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself or you all, but we're gonna find out. Let me make it smaller, because I think the beak actually needs to be overall smaller. There we go. That's what the problem was. Okay. Nope. This exact shade. This exact shade. Stop it. Yeah, hold on a second. No. Holding. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was going for. Okay. Do. Okay. Now, how do I blend this the way I need to? Oh no, that's gonna be a bad call if I do it like that. Oh no! Ah, I've messed it up. I've messed it up. Gaussian blend, maybe, or I don't know. I'm gonna smudge tool, smudge it. Oh no! Oh no! Akito. CSP. This isn't Clip Studio, this is Psy. So there are some tools that aren't in here. So, ugh. Hold on a second. I think I have an idea. Oh no, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. You wanna know? Hold on. You wanna know how I got these scars? Just that hurt my voice to do. I should not do that again. Just little Junior being a joker. That would be so freaking funny. Okay, hold on a second. You did not give us strawberry! Alrighty. Okay. No, I need this exact color right here. Why is it so much darker? That's not the color. Oh, wait. I think I know what the issue is. Okay, this is gonna involve something I really didn't want to do. Okay. Hold on. Let's just... I might just leave it as is and find a way to shrink it otherwise. Okay. I really like how pastel-y these look right now, so... Okay, hold on. Canvas background, white. Alright, more of a support fit. Please go away for a second. Kuniko is so happy. Yeah! Just happy to be here. Oh, wait, I know what's going on. I used marker to color these, but I forgot because I did that. Then they have a really, really, like, low, I like the splotty look that they have, but the problem is because of that, they have low opacity. They have their own opacity that I wasn't taking into consideration. Oh. Dang it. Dang it all. Dang it. Okay. Okay, I think the only way to fix this is to... Okay. It looks bad right now. So let's just do that. I'll lighten them back up afterwards, but I just need to do this to fix the beak right now. It's still not quite there, but it's better than nothing. There we go. That's what I needed to do. There we go. Okay. Alright. And now to get back that charm that we had earlier, that little pastel-y look. Let's raise this, let's lower the saturation, raise the luminescence. Hue, no, not hue. No, it's in brightness and contrast. Higher contrast, higher brightness. Oh no, that's washing them out. Keep the depth. Something in this range? I think that works. Okay. Hakito looks so dark now. I guess Hakitos are pretty dark. I think this works. You know what? I'm willing to leave that as is. I think it looks good. Flashback of the war. Yeah, I sometimes work on, this is my own doing, where I sometimes work on too small of a canvas, and I end up, hold on, this is just for a little bit of texture. Actually, hold on. Let's do a multiply layer of that. Oh no, not what I wanted. Oh no, it's because I did the... I want the, like, the texture, so I might have to do, like... Okay, hold on a second. But yeah, I used to draw on way too small of a canvas, and I would be fighting those pixels for eons. There we go. That kind of looks like Haka's, like, texture on his shirt. I'm tempted to just leave it as is, or... Yeah, I think that works. I think that works, kinda. Alrighty. Now to sign these. Alright, let's see. Wait. I never know where to sign on these things. Nice work. Thank you. Thank you. They turned out actually pretty cute. I was a little worried because I was like, it's gonna be such a simple concept. I don't know how well it'll show up on here. But I'm glad it turned out like this. Alright. Let's see. Hold on, let's do a little darker over here. There we go. Alright. Alright, I am going to save, and then I think, put them on the thumbnail for, oh, that would be cute. But no, I think for right now, what I'll do is I will zhuzh them up a little bit off stream, and then I'm going to call it here. So let me go ahead and switch over to winding down. There we go. Alrighty. Thank you so much for stopping by, folks. This was a lot of fun. This was so much fun. Yay. Yeah, have a good one. You too. As usual, you know, do something nice for yourself. Get yourself a little treat. Have some fun on your own. Let's see. I don't have anything to announce or anything coming up. I'm not sure when I'll be streaming next. But as usual, I'll keep folks updated and such. And I guess for a little VOD question since this is going to be going up on YouTube later on, I think for a VOD question, how about... We talked a lot about like art and colors and stuff like that, so how about, rather than your favorite color, what does your favorite color make you think of? I think is a good idea to do it. Yeah, what does your favorite color make you think of? All right, so once this goes up on YouTube, feel free to drop it there. All right, but for now, bye bye.